Good morning, viewers. Welcome to your number one TV station. I'm your host, Lisa AJIAMBO. I'm going to take you through P-Talk. On P-Talk, we handle matters youth, education, entertainment, keeping pace with the international milestone on issues affecting us. So today it's actually an honor to host amazing and beautiful ladies who are going to navigate on issues of violence against women, and they're going to explain rather than state. They're going to break down rather than convey the message. Being today is the International Day of Elimination on Violence Against Women. So welcome my guests. They'll just introduce themselves.
I'm privileged to be part of the show. I'm Kemunto Joyce. I'm the guest.
Good morning, I'm Kedenji Nelly. I'm privileged as well to be the guest. Enjoy the show.
So I'll just bring them to the stand, and the first question, when we're talking about violence, actually what are the forms of violence against women?
Forms of violence against women include sexual violence, psychological violence, and trauma that women undergo when facing their day-to-day activities.
To add on that, we have also the physical violence, where you get women are being beaten up, they are being violated physically.
Yeah, okay, fine. We've been told that women are being violated physically. They face psychological trauma, there's sexual harassment, and women are facing, actually in Kenya, women confess of being, out of 4 women, 1 actually confess of being harassed or violated. So intimate partner violence has been on rise in Kenya. What do you think is the cause of this intimate partner? Actually, women are being murdered, they're being physically harmed by partners, something that started good as well as love. What do you think is the cause of this intimate partner violation?
To my point of view, women are believed not to have their voice. They are not supposed to express themselves. So when a woman takes that chance to express themselves, the partner or the husband thinks that the woman is outgrowing him, and that's what leads to that violence. For the instance of
Tirop,
Tirop,
Tirop.
it's the closest example we can use. We see they were in love with the husband, but all of a sudden he ended up murdering her.
Yeah, to add on that, there is something we call dependency. Women are believed to be dependent more so to the men, whereby you see like the women have nothing for themselves in terms of financial matters. Women depend on men so much, majority of them. So when you go ask for something, for example, I need to make my hair, I need to do this, you go and tell someone, I need money, can you help me? You know, when you become so persistent in borrowing, the men will take it as bother, and at last you see it resulting to violence, like you're disturbing me, you're becoming so much stubborn, you see, and at the end it will cause fights. For example, in marriages, those people who are married, those people in relationship, a good example, we have like Sharon was murdered. Why? Because I guess she was so dependent, and then at last maybe she went against the agreement, you see, and at last it caused her death. So that is
Miss Nelly, you're right. On matters being dependent, that does not actually justify women being murdered just because we're dependent. We actually need to be listened to. We actually need to be amplified. Okay, Miss Joyce, you see, violence against women knows no political standard, social class, culture, and women are always silent when they are violated. What do you think is the cause of women keeping silence rather than having their voices heard? Because they're silent, they are afraid to speak it out. What do you think is the reason they're keeping it to themselves?
To me, to my point of view, women themselves, they are underrating themselves. They believe that their voice can't be heard. They believe that nobody can listen to them. So when they start up something, they feel that they can't go far. That's what is limiting them. Even the society does not give the woman time or space to express themselves. You find women, when a woman wants to get into politics, there are several factors that will limit her from getting into politics. For example, women are supposed to take care of the family. They believe if a woman goes to politics, she will not have time for the family. Maybe she will not take care of the husband. Things like that are the ones that are inhibiting the women from going far.
Yeah, Miss Nelly understand.
Yeah, as for me, as my fellow has said, that belief of submission, women have to be submissive, more so in the marriages. Now you see, like, they will not be allowed to work. Like a man will come and tell you, what are you working for? You are lacking nothing. You have food. You are like, you have what you require. But there is that thing beyond the basic needs. You need to have something for yourself. Like, you don't have to be borrowing all the time. You see, but we are not given that chance because they see maybe when we go there, maybe we can get to interact with more people, or maybe we can better ourselves more than them. So they have that fear. I guess that's one of the reasons that we are not given that chance. Yeah.
So, ladies, you saying that violence is starting from the society. It's starting. Women are afraid to express themselves because there will be stigma, there will be shame, the society will judge them because it has taught them from childhood to be submissive, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right? So, what can be done actually to protect women against this violence? Because if it starts with the society, if it starts with the grassroots, what can be done to curb this violence? Actually, what can be done, Miss Joss?
For me, I take it, that decision begins with me as a woman. I make a decision, I want to stand up, I want to face the world. If I make that decision, I'll be able to impact you and we will move together. We will be able to change the society. So it's the possibility that if two women stand together, they will change how the whole community sees us women. Then we should have awareness about women. Women should be empowered. Women should be given the strength to rise up. That's my view.
Miss Nelly?
Okay, according to me, we are in the 21st century, right?
Yeah.
We are past those cultural practices. Some things, they started right from the beginning, where we come from. That's where we are taught these things. But now, as we, the upcoming parent, or the current people who are parenting now, they should instill that knowledge right from the time that their children are, little. They should instill that knowledge. There is nobody who is less than the other in the current society. I guess people should be taught right from their childhood, like that aspect of respect each other, give each other that time to express themselves, give that person, without considering if she's a lady or a male, like we equalize everyone. Those virtues should be instilled in children while they are still small.
Actually, when we're talking about violence, guys, when we're talking about violence against women, who are violating us? Who are violating us?
Okay, the society generally, as for me.
Yeah, even our fellow women.
Okay, we can be violated by our fellow women.
Yes.
Wow, I never had an idea. How? Because I actually had a perspective of men being the men that are violating us. So, women, how can we even violate fellow women?
We, as the women, we are the ones we are inhibiting others from rising up. We women, we fight our fellow women. We don't give our fellow women time to express and time to even listen to them. For example, I have an issue with my husband to you. Instead of you consoling me and giving me an advice, you start spreading the information out. That is psychological violence. I've trusted you as my fellow woman. I've told you my problems. Instead of you helping me and keeping quiet with them, you're going out spreading it. That's violence, psychological violence, and that is very traumatizing more than any other violence.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Joyce. And so, what should the government actually do to curb in the fight against violence on women?
Okay, when you look at the parliament or the leadership of Kenya generally, they are less of the women, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I guess that one should be looked into. Maybe the percentage of the gender equality, as for my view, the gender equality thing should be applied there. To have fellow women speaking for us in the government, we need to have voices as well. Those people can take our issues there, and I think that can be a good solution.
Yeah, you're right. Miss Joyce?
For me, like the current, there's something called AJIAMBO Wanawake. That thing is conducted by His Excellency Raila Odinga and his wife Ida Odinga. The main aim of that AJIAMBO Wanawake is to empower women to rise up, to empower women to stand, to empower women to join politics, and to empower women to have their state of mind correct, to empower women they can do anything on their own. So I suggest like such kind of motions should be passed across. People who are supporting these women should be supported by the government. For example, an NGO that supports women should be fully supported by the government. Women should be always and forever empowered. That will help to stop violence against women.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Joyce. And with empowerment, I believe that women their voices will be amplified. But still, with empowerment, yes, you can be empowered, but it's that part of justice for violence victims. They've not been granted justice. Our courts have been delaying when it comes to murder cases on women, physical harassment, sexual rape, all that. There's justice. What is your view concerning that?
For me, I think the constitution should be revised to help curb this menace. For example, you may find a girl was raped and the case is still going on and the person who did it is freely walking out. For me, I suggest the constitution should hold, once the victim has been tested, they trace it to somebody, that person should be convicted as the investigation are still going on. You can't have a girl that is raped and the case takes like 12 years not being solved and that person is freely walking out. You find an older person has raped a very young girl, that she'll be taken to jail for like 2 weeks, then he will be released on bond in the name of investigations are still going on, and that is killing the society, and that is what is also making women not to stand out when they are being violated in their homes.
Thank you so much. Ladies, do you see a future without violence? Do you think violence will be eradicated in the fight to end this, as we celebrate the International Day of Elimination on Violence Against Women? Do you see it being eradicated in the future, Miss Nelly?
As for me, it can be or it cannot. In which way? When we have other women violating their fellows, I don't see any future there. For example, we have issues like the FGM. Fellow women, like in those cultures such as the Maasais, those people who practice those things, I guess these are the fellow women who encourage those small girls to do such things. So long as they are the ones supporting such kind, so long as they are the ones who are violating these fellows, I don't see any future there. I don't.
Miss Joyce?
For me, it's a 50-50 thing. We women, we should stand up, we should rise on our feet, we should be able to fight for our rights. Once we start fighting for our rights, we can reduce the violence against women. But it won't be easy. It's not an easy fight. It's not a fight that we can say it can start today and end today. That in some countries, women still have no say. There are in some places, women are not given chances to express themselves. So it's our duty for us who have brightened ourselves, who have the knowledge about women empowerment. We go out, we stretch our wings, we reach them. We tell them you still have a voice. You can speak for yourself. You still have that power. You can run the world.
Thank you. We've seen that a future without violence against women can also be possible if only we'll be empowered. We will be given wings to fly, we'll be listened to, we will be respected. And trust me, in this fight of violence against women, it's a slow process, but for sure, one day in future, it can be eradicated, even though it's a devastating and the most violation of human rights. And thank you for coming on my stand today, and it's actually you've been able to navigate on different aspects, and hope the viewers have changed their perception on violence against women.
Thank you.